Hi guys, GadgetGirlKylie here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Wonderbook Book of Spells, and we are continuing on from where we left off. On the last episode, I tried to cast Wingardium Leviosa, but the eye camera isn't picking up my speech very well. But it's not a problem because the game seems to let you continue and cast the spells regardless of if the eye camera can hear you. So that's okay, as long as you're doing the wrist movement and you know, the correct symbol for the spell. It seems to be acceptable for the game. So let's just continue on now, and it's time to turn the page on the book.
You've learnt your first spell. Now it's time for a practice exercise conjured by your book. I'll be awarding house points, so do your best. Let's find out what challenge Miranda Goshawk has set you. Point your wand at the glowing illustration and pull it up. Now it's time to practice your new charm and learn to levitate with confidence. Luckily, this spellbook holds a number of powerful enchantments which allow it to provide a safe space for spell practice. Your book's going to conjure up a practice space. Here we go.
Ooh.
Ah, a herbology greenhouse. Those plants are mandrakes. I'd know them anywhere. A perfect chance to put your levitation to the test. Levitate the mandrakes out of the ground and into those pots over there. You'll need to cast the levitation charm again for this exercise.
Yes. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ah, yes. Now, these mandrakes are fragile, so you'd bet... Oh, they're stubborn. Hold the T button and give them a good tug. Point your wand at a mandrake.
Come on.
There he goes. I'll magically muffle the place. Muffliato. There. Well done.
There we go.
This mandrake can settle into his new home. You need to repot all the mandrakes to complete the exercise.
Come on, stubborn one.
That's it. Well, he's woken up. I'll magically muffle him with a spell. Excellent. Another one safely repotted.
Little baby one now. Ooh, that was a tough one.
Right. Drop this little fellow into the right-sized pot. Good. That's it. Release the T button to drop him. Excellent. Nice work.
There we go.
All safely repotted. Some spectacular levitation in there, I must say.
Thank you very much.
Activity complete. Time to see how well you did. Here's a note recording your progress in this lesson. Time to find out how well you did. Well done indeed. You've mastered your first spell. And to prove
Excellent.
it, here's a wizarding photograph recording one of your moments of magic. Good work. Oh, spectacular. All mandrakes repotted without any mistakes, so that's 15 house points for you. Miranda Goshawk's left behind a little more information on this spell. If you'd like to read it, pull up the note, or you can just turn the page.
Let's read it.
Let's find out how you did. Well done indeed.
Oh, okay, we've already done that.
You've mastered your first spell. And to prove it, here's a wizarding photograph recording one of your moments of magic. Good work. Miranda Goshawk's left behind a little more information on this spell. There are many variations of this spell. The hover charm, the rocket charm, and the floating charm, to name but a few. But this remains the original and best. This charm ought not to be seen as a joke spell. It can be most useful in duels and can lift physical obstacles. And can even levitate small creatures, though this is likely to confuse any poor animal and is certainly not to be encouraged.
Oh, so cute. I want to touch it. Stroke, stroke.
Don't forget, that will go into the collectibles chapter in your spellbook. Your first spell lesson complete. Now, are you ready to move on to your next spell? You can return here whenever you like, so turn the page to move on. Let's find out how you did. Well done indeed. You've mastered your first spell. And to prove it, here's a wizarding
I've done
photograph
everything now, so I'm turning
recording
the
one of
page.
your moments of magic. A water-making spell. A useful one, this. Pull up the description text to find out more, or turn the page to learn to cast it. The water-making spell conjures clean, drinkable water from the end of the wand. Thus, with the water-making spell, the trained wizard is never without a source of water,
Pretty
whether
handy
they're refilling
in
their
a desert.
goblet at dinner or managing a minor eyebrow fire after a carelessly cast fire-making spell. Oh, look at that, another collectible. Our vandal has left another scribble. The last one was educational, just. Shall we have a look? Or if you like, just turn the page. Ooh, the bubblehead charm. It conjures a bubble of air around the caster's head. Useful for underwater exploration and avoiding nasty smells. You ready to cast the charm? I'm looking forward to this. Stay just where I can see you and keep still to see this spell in action. That's it! You look interesting. What's our magical vandal up to now? Goodness,
Blub, 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 blub.
a chance to try out your bubblehead charm. Although this charm is brilliant for underwater exploration, wizards with particularly bad breath have reported some problems after the first 30 minutes or so. Give those fish a wave. A bit shy, aren't they?
Wonder if I can cast Wingardium Leviosa on them. Wingardium Leviosa. No,
That's better.
doesn't seem
Never
to
been
work.
much of a fish person myself. Ah, well, there you are. Our mystery student definitely knew his or her stuff. I don't think you'll be able to cast the spell away from this page, but you can come back and try it here anytime. Right, turn the page, and let's try mastering this spell. Here we'll learn the necessary gesture and incantation to conjure water from your wand. We'll learn the incantation first. Pull up the illustration on the page.
Oh, that was weird. It didn't work properly then.
Aguamenti. The incantation for conjuring water is Aguamenti. Be sure to say it
Don't
clearly
forget,
when
the eye
casting
camera
spell.
isn't picking
Nice
it
and
up
loud
when
now.
I say the word. Aguamenti!
You'll have to speak up.
Aguamenti!
Try saying it one more time.
I'm actually not sat that far away from my TV, but it still doesn't pick it up.
Never mind, we can try that later.
You can cast the spell still
You're ready to learn the spell shape.
Um,
Pull up the picture on the
with
page.
the action anyway. I'm going to put all this in the video description anyway. But yeah, I'm not sat that far away from my TV. I'm probably just over a metre away. And as you can tell, I have been saying the spell names very loudly, and it still isn't picking it up, so that's
Come
a
on, you're
shame.
nearly ready to... Casting Aguamenti requires a smooth wave movement from left to right with your wand. First, dip your wand down, then rise up and over. A nice smooth wave. Good. Do that once more, but this time without any help.
Aguamenti.
Great! With this spell, just hold down the T button to send out a jet of water. You're almost there. Just point your wand, then hold down the T button to create a jet of water.
Aguamenti. Oh, cool.
Oh, goodness, keep your wand
Eat
under
my water!
Give the book a good spray. Don't worry, its enchantments should protect it from water damage. Oh, goodness, keep your wand under control.
How am I supposed to spray the book when I'm like...
That's it.
Oh.
Give the book a good soaking. Don't worry, its enchantments should protect it. Oh, nicely done. The book, good stuff. How about we let the book dry off, eh? You have to be sure that the book is dry before we move on. Tilt the book up so the water runs off it. That's the way. You've completed the first half of Chapter 1. To move to the second part of the chapter, you'll need to close the book, and then choose Chapter 1, Part 2.
Okay.
Ready to move on? Just
Yes.
point your wand down at the glow on your book and pull the T button as usual. Then you can pick Chapter 1, Part 2. Here we go. You've finished the first half of Chapter 1. You'll be able to unlock the other chapters soon, but for now, just point your wand at Chapter 1, Part 2, then press the move button. Chapter 1, Part 2. Unlocking Charm. Oh, this is an unusual spellbook. Now, I wouldn't normally teach you this ingenious little charm so soon in your career. Still, it seems Miranda Goshawk thought you could be trusted. Pull up the text to learn about this spell. There are many ways to pass through locked doors in the magical world. See the fire-making spell, the gouging spell, and the reductor curse. Where you wish to enter or depart discreetly, however, the unlocking charm is your best friend.
We can get into trouble with this.
Interesting specimen? Another story, this time about the unlocking charm. Point your wand, then squeeze the T button to pull it up. You know the drill. Ready for another tale? Wand at the ready. Here we are. Want to read the story now or later? Remember, you can always hold the circle button to cancel the story.
Now.
The famous unlocking charm was introduced to Britain in the early 1600s by a wizard thief called Eldon Elsrickle,
Elsrickle.
who had fled from Britain to Africa, hoping to escape punishment for a series of robberies. Elsrickle sneaked back into the country, heavily disguised and possessed of two treasures. The first was a baby monster called a Nundu, a terrifying leopard-like creature which, when full grown, could devour whole crowds of men in a single gulp. However, the cub could be subdued with a simple... What would you use to subdue a Nundu? Remember, hold the T button to grab a tab, so the cub could be subdued with a simple stunning spell.
Aww.
And Elsrickle intended to use it to guard his house when he was not there. Elsrickle's second treasure was the charm that he had learnt from an ancient African sorcerer, Alohomora, otherwise known as the Unlocking Charm, or the Thief's Friend. Elsrickle immediately resumed his career of villainy, and no house in London, whether Muggle or wizard owned, was safe. Elsrickle was soon taking home priceless jewels, paintings and antiques to the house which was occupied by his Nundu. Soon, the spectral thief of old London town was making front-page news in both the wizarding and Muggle worlds. Nobody could understand how the criminal was getting in and out of houses without breaking windows or using ladders. Once in a while, Elsrickle would be surprised in the home of a fellow... Oh, another missing word. A fellow what, I wonder? No, that's not how it goes.
I didn't even look at the other tab. I just pulled Gorilla because I wanted to see what would happen.
Elsrickle would be surprised in the home of a fellow wizard. Whenever this happened, the cunning fellow offered to trade his fabulous new charm for his freedom. His deal was accepted so many times that soon there were a great number of so-called spectral thieves operating in the capital. Elsrickle was confident that he would never be burgled, however, because he made sure that everyone knew he owned an ever-growing... What horror did Elsrickle keep in his house? Everyone knew he owned an ever-growing Hindu. He put it to sleep each morning through the keyhole of his door before entering the house. And woke it up in the same way when he left at night.
Poor thing doesn't have a life.
Then came the fateful day when Blagden Blay, a wizard who had been burgled 19 times in 2 weeks, succeeded in inventing an anti-Alohomora charm. In a single night, the wizarding doors of London were sealed shut, and task forces were dispatched to protect Muggle houses too. On the last day of his life, Elsrickle returned home after being unable to commit a single burglary all night. Tired, frustrated, and angry, he completely forgot about putting his Nundu to sleep through the keyhole before he entered the house. The last word he ever spoke before being pounced upon and eaten was Alohomora.
Alohomora.
Came to a grisly end then. Right then, we'd better learn the spell. Turn the page. This page will teach you the gesture and incantation to open almost any lock. First, we'll learn the spell's incantation. Try that picture of some keys.
So once again,
to get it going.
Camera won't pick up me saying this, but I'm going to practice saying it anyway.
Alohomora.
Alohomora.
To unlock doors with just a wave of the wand, speak the incantation Alohomora. Nice and clearly now. 3, 2, 1.
Alohomora. Let's see if I can just cancel this action and the other one will be unlocked.
First, we'll learn the spell's incantation.
No. So I've got to go through him saying that he can't hear me.
Use your wand to get it going.
Before I can learn the action.
Alohomora. To unlock doors with just a wave of the wand, speak the incantation Alohomora. Nice and clearly now. 3, 2, 1.
Alohomora.
Right, try speaking the spell's incantation.
Alohomora.
Your turn. Speak the incantation nice and clearly now.
Alohomora.
Oh, trying to cast the spell non-verbally, are we?
See what I mean? This is all in the video description.
Excellent. Now let's learn the gesture. Pull the diagram up from the page.
The gesture is all that matters. I'm still going to say the spell, even if the eye camera doesn't pick it
Now,
up.
the spell requires a nice, sharp wand movement. Start at the bottom and go up, then diagonally down, and then across. It's like a number 4. Make sure you make nice, sharp movements. Good. Do that once more, but this time without any help.
Hello, Hamura.
Well remembered. Excellent. With this spell cast, you don't need to do the gesture again. You just start flicking your wand towards locked objects to open them. Let's see what this spell can do. Oh, there's something to unlock here. Flick
Sweet.
your unlocking charm at the little glint. Flick your wand towards any of those little glints you see. That shows where you can use the unlocking charm. Do you need a reminder? The gesture is a line straight up, then a diagonal line down and left.
Hello,
Finally,
Hamura.
move across. Flick your wand towards any of those little... Look out, bats! Oh, you picked up a collectible. Smells like someone's potion went wrong in there. Oh, wasn't expecting that. Well done. That's the last of them.
Yay!
Another little extra bit of information on this spell. If you want to read it, you know what to do. Or you can just turn the page. Prior to the discovery of the unlocking charm, the most popular charm for the purpose was Portaberto, which usually splintered the lock from the door, and occasionally left a smoking hole where the key should have been. Even this was a substantial improvement over Open Sesame, the previous most popular spell, which saw doors wrenched from their hinges and torn into firewood. You've mastered the unlocking charm. Try not to get into too much trouble with it. Turn the page when you're ready to move on. Wand lighting charm. As before, point your wand at the words, then pull them up from the page. This charm will light the end of your wand, providing illumination in darkness.
Very handy.
The wand lighting charm is simple, but requires concentration. Take great care not to accidentally set your wand alight, as damage of this kind can be permanent. If in any doubt about your abilities, you would do better to buy yourself a magic lantern. Oh, you found another collectible. Remember to go and see it in the collectibles chapter later. Oh, looks like another bit of extra information from Miranda Goshawk. Pull that new note up with your wand. Or you can just... The discovery that wands themselves could be lit occurred relatively recently in wizarding history, at the end of the 18th century. Among those who claimed to have invented this revolutionary spell was the German warlock Garvin Lugner, who insisted that he had invented it as a side effect of his discovery of instant darkness powder. It transpired, however, that not only was Lugner lying about Lumos, his powder was only useful for slightly dimming the lights. The wand lighting charm was actually invented in 1772 by Levina Monk Stanley. An accomplished witch working in the Department of Mysteries, Levina astonished her colleagues one day by lighting the tip of her wand to search for a dropped quill in a dusty corner. Prior to Levina's discovery, all manner of magical lanterns, candles, and light creation spells had been used, with varying degrees of success, to penetrate darkness, both natural and curse-related. So without further ado, let's turn the page and learn to cast the spell.
I'll learn this spell, and then I'll stop the episode after that.
A pile of leaves. What a mess. Just brush them away with your hands. Oh, fascinating. There appears to be a hole in your book. I wonder what's in there.
Oh, there we go. Need to tilt the book upwards.
Lumos. The incantation to light one's wand is Lumos. Your turn. Try saying the incantation for this spell.
So again,
3,
it
2,
won't register
1,
this.
Go.
Lumos.
Right, time for you to speak the incantation nice and clearly now.
Lumos.
Right, time for you to speak the incantation nice and clearly now.
Lumos.
Never mind, we can try that later.
You must have to shout super loud for it to pick it up.
You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the picture on the page. The gesture for Lumos is a nice, smooth upwards loop. So it's a loop for Lumos. It can be tricky, this. Start going straight from left to right, then loop up and over, then carry on straight to the right.
Lumos.
Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory?
Lumos.
That's right. That's the way. Excellent. Let's move on and see what this spell can do. Once you've cast this spell, you just need to hold your wand wherever you need light. Simple as that. Oh dear. Did someone throw some Peruvian darkness powder in here? You'd better cast Lumos again. Can you remember the gesture?
Lumos.
Spot on. That's right. Use your wand light to search around the room. There's bound to be something to find. Well done. I was wondering what that was. There's more to find. Keep looking. I can hear some good work. I wonder what that's doing there. There's more to find. Keep looking. I can hear something moving around in here. Keep searching with Lumos.
It's him, isn't it?
Can you hear that?
Yes.
There's something alive in here. Keep shut. A puffskein. How did that get in here?
Clean.
These make the perfect wizarding pet. Excellent. That's the last of them. You've learnt to produce light, another crucial spell for wizards. Turn the page for a practice exercise. Oh, Miranda certainly wants to put you through your paces. Use your wand to pull up the text from the page. By now, you should be getting the hang of spellcasting, but it's important to practice the wand lighting charm to ensure that you've mastered it. Once again, your spellbook will now conjure somewhere for you to practice your powers of illumination. I hope you're not afraid of the dark.
Here we go. Spooky time.
Not a very friendly-looking forest.
Lumos.
Merlin's beard. A devil's snare. These predatory plants thrive in the dark but can be driven back by light. That devil's snare looks eager to rip your spellbook to pieces. Cast Lumos to ward it off. Put that predatory plant in the spotlight.
Lumos.
That's it. Show that devil snare who's in charge. Ooh, lovely. Keep it up. I have faith in you. Keep at it.
Back off, plant.
Bravo! Lumos is really doing the trick. Keep going.
There we go.
That devil snare didn't know what hit it. Wonderful wand work. Congratulations! You've mastered Lumos, and to prove it, here's your certificate. Let's find out how you did. And there you are, captured in all your magical spellcasting glory. The book's unscathed. After that superb display of spellcasting, you've earned 15 house points.
Wonderful.
Excellent work. You've done yourself proud. You've learned all the spells in this chapter. I think you're ready to take the chapter test. Turn the page.
Oh, okay, actually, I should do the chapter test then, before I finish this episode.
Your first test. I know you'll make me proud. Pull up the glowing text on the page to begin. Well done. You've nearly completed the first chapter of the Book of Spells. Now you'll need each of your new spells to pass a final test. By first overcoming a series of puzzles, and finally by taming a dangerous magical creature. Pass the test, and you will win the first of my conundrum poems, and will have taken your first step towards wizarding greatness. What's this? Some kind of fountain? It looks pretty dry, though. Let's try filling it with water. That's it. Now, point your wand and hold the T button. Getting there. Fill it some more. It's not full yet. Get some more water into the fountain. Merlin's beard!
Oh, wow!
We've released a Kelpie, a shape-changing water demon, very dangerous.
It's beautiful!
The only way to tame a Kelpie is to get a bridle over its head, like a horse. Miranda's set you quite a task. First, we'll need to find something to bridle it with, like a bit of rope. You know this place is strangely familiar. I think we're in Scotland. I recognise that loch. And here's another kind of lock. This portcullis is in our way. Remember, in this test, you'll need all the spells you've learnt so far. What spell could help us open up the gate? Try the unlocking charm. Remember, it's like a number 4. That's it. Now flick your wand towards the lock. You unlocked it.
There we go.
The gate seems to be broken, and we can't get through to fix it. See those cogs all over the floor? Try lifting them up and putting them back in place on the wall. A good chance to show off one of your spells. We still need to fix the gate mechanism.
Leviosa.
Which one of your spells could lift up those cogs and put them back? Excellent. Where does this cog need to go? Oh, excellent work. That's got it, but where does it fit? Oh, that's the way. Excellent. Where does this cog need to go? Oh, that's the way. That's it. One more to go. Good. Levitate the cog. Now, where does it need to go? Watch out. That seems to have done the trick. Well done. Right, what's next? Remember, if we're going to take on that Kelpie, we'll need a rope or a bridle. Miranda Goshawk certainly doesn't mess about. This place has seen better days, that's for sure. Be ready for anything. Ah, there you are. I bet this next challenge has something to do with these locked chests. Odd place for bats to sleep. Still, you've got the right idea. Try the other chest. Galloping gargoyles.
Oh, I can't remember the other one.
Take a breath and think. What do devil snare plants hate? Oh dear, it's not going anywhere.
That's
Water won't drive off this plant. Try casting a more illuminating spell.
I can't remember what it is. Why doesn't it help?
Push it back. You can do it.
Can't remember.
Take a breath and think. What do devil snare plants
Can't even
hate?
see it.
Oh dear, it's not going anywhere. Yes.
There we go. I remember now.
You're going to have to drive it off. You need to hold your wand close to the plant to drive it off. Push it back. You can do it. You need to hold your wand close to the plant to drive it off. Don't let it get the upper hand, or fine. Hold your wand as close as you can to scare off the devil's snare. You're going to have to drive it off. Looks like it's retreating.
There we go. Took me a while to remember the action for that spell
there
then.
goes the bridle. We better follow it. Where's this test going to take us next? The lock. Wand out, I think. That Kelpie could be anywhere. Be ready. I have a feeling this is the final part of the test. There it is. So to tame this beast, we need to get the bridle over its head. I think you'd better use your levitation charm. Going swimming is not a good idea. That's it. Now point at the bridle down there and levitate it up. Look out. Watch out. He's a tricky one. It looks like the beast recognizes the bridle. Best wait for it to settle. That's it. Lovely bit of levitation.
There we go.
Even with the bridle, he's a spirited fellow, eh? Nicely done! You've clearly mastered this chapter's spells. I couldn't be more proud. Your first chapter test passed. What an achievement!
I forgot
and here's
you.
your prize. Miranda Goshawk's Conundrum.
Forgot one of them.
When little Isadora Rose, a sweet young witch, that button nose, was bought a wand, she thought it grand. It shone so brightly in her hand. Now here's an end to all my woes, the charming girl told friends and foes. I'll never ever need to work. In truth, she always liked to shirk. If anybody makes me cross, my wand will show them who is boss. And if they go and treat me worse, I'll fix them with a single curse. And everything I want I'll get with this, my darling little pet. With that, she waved her brand new wand and turned her black hair brassy blonde. But as the days and weeks went by, that lazy girl refused to try to master new spells. Truth to tell, she didn't do the old ones well. Her hair turned blonde, but then fell out. Her curses never had much clout. Her wand began to wilt, poor thing, as boredom took away its zing. And naturally she blamed the wand and threw it in the old duck pond. But you know better. You can see what caused her mediocrity. What must you do, which she did not? What must you do, and do a lot? Answer this, and do it loads, or I will turn you all to toads.
Once you learn all the spells contained in this book, you should be able to puzzle out the answer.
Okie dokes.
Here's your certificate recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look. You've mastered your first set of spells. Take 5 house points.
Wonderful.
That's it! You finished Chapter 1 of the Book of Spells. Now you can start Chapter 2, 3 or 4, it's up to you. Just close the book to select a new chapter. Don't forget to have a look at the collectibles you've won in the collectibles chapter, or revisit the poem in the conundrum chapter. Now you're free to take on chapters 2, 3 and 4 in any order. Remember, you need to complete part 1 and part 2 of each chapter before you can start a test. And don't forget to visit the collectibles chapter to see what you've picked up so far.
Okay then guys, I'll stop this episode here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Wonderbook, Book of Spells, Let's Play episodes. You've been watching Gadget Girl Kylie, and take it easy guys.
Making your mind up? Remember, point at the